Yo,
What's going on, everybody?
welcome back. Happy Wednesday.
We are here.
We made it halfway through another one. Hope everybody's doing well. And welcome everyone to cult meeting now in session.
I
According to
do
the
like
chat.
that. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Hope everybody's doing good. Smash that like and subscribe button. That'd be great. Hit a little bell so you know whenever we're on here doing cult things.
Because it's what we do. It's what we do.
Breaking news. The store is live for
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
that was wanting to go grab some hollow merch.
You had me shell shocked there for a second. You're like breaking news, and I'm like, oh, what just happened?
Not that breaking, but semi breaking. Yeah, go check that out. Merch shop is live.
Heck yeah.
Go buy some stickers or shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Already had several people smash it up and grab some stuff. All seems to be going
Hell
well
yeah.
with it. So I think we're officially good to go.
Hell yeah. Man, what's everybody up to? I see a lot of familiar faces in the old chat tonight. Stoked about that.
Heck yeah. Hopefully there's I did watch a pretty interesting movie the other night with the wife called Nope. Have you seen that one yet, Steve?
No, I have not.
No. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting take on UFOs. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but it was cool. It was different enough where you're kind of like, hey, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad.
I keep almost watching it, but not totally.
I would watch it. I would watch it because it's kind of cool. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. What was I gonna say? Oh, I wonder if our super secret agent is listening
Oh,
and
I hope so.
will email us. He actually emailed us during the show, during the live last week. I'm pretty sure I told everybody that. We talked about it toward the end.
Oh, dang. Kenneth,
Check it.
creaking ropes of destiny.
Yeah. Kenneth's working hard to get his show a rolling, so everybody definitely hop over there and support him once he gets it out into the ether. We appreciate you, brother.
Much appreciated.
So, I was talking trash on our. You know what? I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not even gonna be secret about it anymore
Why not?
because fuck it. So this agent John Smith, who has been emailing us in regards to, I'm assuming, Collins Elite, is also trying to tie old Egress into it. Like the email has Egress in the name and yada, yada, yada. So when I called him out to send us some coordinates, he did so. They. But, again, trying to be cryptic, sent us coordinates to, what is it, Clarksdale, Mississippi? The Devil's Crossroads, where old boy sold his soul to the devil to fucking play guitar or some shit. Like, come on.
Do better.
Hey, I emailed him back. I said, I have no desire to play guitar good, and I don't have a soul to sell anyway, bud. We're gonna have to step it up a notch. Yeah, Robert Johnson.
Oh, that's awesome.
EP Rockin' knows what I'm talking about. But I mean, if I gotta go to Mississippi, I don't think I've ever been to Mississippi. I'll go there. Whatever. What am I gonna do at the crossroads? Nothing.
Probably a whole lot of nothing.
Nothing. Just waste my gas.
Yeah, and that's a luxury we can't much afford.
No. No. But hopefully, which I'm sure they will, because that's just, they're like, we're watching. Well, that's good. Keep the numbers up, bud.
Thanks for adding. Jeez, man. My Lord. You are crazy, my guy.
Thanks, are you?
Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm ready to get back in studio and record.
Yeah, me
We haven't
too.
got to do that in a minute.
Me too. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time. I'm looking through some weirdness, trying to figure shit out.
I want a good night. I'm coming off a shit weekend.
Yeah.
So I want a good night.
I did see this on the old YouTube or Twitter, UFO Twitter account that I thought was interesting, right? So,
UFO Twitter.
yeah,
Let's go.
it's not going to be as cool as you think it is.
I'm here for whatever life has to offer tonight.
So, you know that the government put together the AARO, right? The All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office to investigate all these UAPs.
That's way too many words.
Yeah. Well, they put it together to start compiling all of these UFO sightings and all of the evidence and
So like all the 100 other programs that they've had to do
yes,
this.
precisely. But
Okay.
now they just changed the name from UFO to UAP.
Right.
So
Class.
they had their first hearing today in front of the Senate.
Oh, how'd that go?
What do you think they found? What
Probably
evidence do you
nothing.
think? How'd you know, Kyle? Did you watch it?
No.
Okay, so this is from space.com. Pentagon has, quote, no credible evidence of aliens or UFO that defy physics. The Pentagon's new UFO office has no evidence of any extraterrestrial or extraordinary objects. The director of the Pentagon's new UFO office shot down hopes that the current buzz over UAP's support claims of extraterrestrial visitation. Sean Kirkpatrick, chosen as the first director of the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, testified before members of the United States Senate Committee and Armed Forces on Wednesday, April 19th. The hearing had two portions, one closed to the public and one open, which I find hella sus, first off. If you don't have anything to hide, why is there a closed portion and an open portion?
Right. And then we're just gonna walk back the past 2 years now. You know, we've come out in mainstream media saying we have off-world vehicles. We have the Pentagon coming forward and saying there's the possibility of an alien mothership in our galaxy or solar system, whatever the fuck it is, watching humanity. But now all of a sudden they're going to be like, hey, no, there actually is no evidence on any type of extraterrestrial UFO. No, we're good. We're just listen.
Yeah,
we're past critical mass. Now we need to start walking this shit back because we will let it go a little too early. It's a little. We got to reevaluate some chess pieces here, and we're gonna walk this one back, and we're gonna save it for later.
Sure, we were shooting shit down like 2 months ago.
Right?
But
yeah. Not to mention that stuff.
Don't worry about those. Just mark those off.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So during the open portion, Kirkpatrick definitively stated, out of the hundreds of UAP cases his office has reviewed, the AARO has found no credible evidence thus far of any extraterrestrial activity, off-world technology, or objects that defy the known laws of physics. The AARO director acknowledged that this conclusion might be unsatisfying to those who believe they have witnessed incontrovertible evidence of physics-defying crafts or objects. Still, Kirkpatrick stressed UAP cases most often, quote, resolve into readily explainable sources, end quote, when there is a wealth of scientific data at hand. So, UFOs don't exist. Pentagon,
Yeah. Okay.
closed case.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Closed case, bud.
Note to self, Steve, don't let me forget this.
Oh, that's
This right, this right here. This right here.
Oh,
I just got the best sticker idea in my head right now. So yes,
I'm here for it,
in the
buddy.
near future, this is going to be a reality.
I'm here for it.
Hollow El Camino.
It does have a nice ring to it.
Yes, I like it, but I got a really good idea. So,
But I thought I'd share that with everybody and just bum everyone out that, according to the government, UFOs and extraterrestrial off-world technology does not exist.
I call bullshit. It just is what it is, man. I'm not going to beat around the bush, and that's what they like to do. They like to put things out, walk it back, put things out, walk it back, change the name, smoke and mirrors, crap. It's stupid. It's just more for us to figure out.
It really is. It's ignorant.
It is.
It's ignorant. They dangle the carrot and then they pull it away, and then they dangle the carrot and they pull it away. It's like they want to keep the interest, I guess, but not give it away. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic they have, you know?
Well, it was like that carrot on the stick, man. That they need us to look over here for a little bit, and then once the real problem has gone by, they walk it back. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, and then now you have everybody off in the corner that were sitting there the whole time. Oh, aliens aren't real, UFOs aren't real. Now they get to come out and poke fingers at everybody who thought this was all. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the naysayers get to come forward again and go, haha, we told you that UFOs weren't real. You guys are dumb.
Yeah, and it's like it's convenient when they need a distraction, like you said.
Yeah, and then on top of so now you have more division again. It's just another thing for, like I said, the naysayers to thrive and beat people down on feeling some type of way, which isn't even feeling some type of way. They're going off the information that they were giving by the United States government / Pentagon. I mean, Pentagon of all places. Come on.
And to in front of the Senate, that's
right. It's not a shenanigans type situation. Like it should be a big deal, but
well, I listened to the dude talk and he's a fucking nerd, so
well, most of them are.
Get bent, Kirkpatrick.
He can get it too.
He can. Everybody can get the smoke.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
But yeah, that's your little take the wind out of the sails right off the rip. Sorry about you.
It doesn't take the wind out of my sails at all. I love the weird entirely too much to. Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Okay. Never mind. Whatever. Apparently we have lost connection to Facebook for some reason. Thank you. It's much appreciated.
We probably just got hacked by fucking John Smith.
I don't care.
Yeah, you nerd.
Come get it. Yeah, I don't really care. Like I said, I'm coming off shit-tacular weekend. Get the smoke. Get it. I don't care. My camera's being nerdy too.
We are getting hacked. Egress is back.
I don't care.
It's fine. Or the snails. Yeah, Birdie's in here said it could be the giant snails. That's true.
Well, they'll get it too.
We underestimate that.
Yeah, they'll get it too. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
I've seen a lot of those old medieval paintings, and I've never seen giant snail versus El Camino. So.
Oh, I know what I'm putting my money on.
Yeah.
Without question.
Especially if we mount a flamethrower in the back.
Game over. I don't know.
I mean, why wouldn't we?
I don't know if that's El Camino worthy. I'm thinking more like, I don't know. I don't even know if I should say it on YouTube or not.
Oh, we'll probably get
demonetized. Right. I was thinking more like propane tanks and flares.
Oh.
That seems like El Camino worthy, right?
Yeah. Make it like the war rig from what the hell was that movie? Post-apocalyptic. Everybody was hell bent for leather. Yeah, Mad Max.
Helmet for leather. Yes. I love it. I'm gonna watch that like 30 times and just take notes from Mel the whole time.
My mom did send me a
Oh yeah, did you see that? The gathering of the Kyles in Kyle, Texas. They want everybody
no,
named
what?
Kyle to come to Kyle, Texas to like set some world record or something.
Didn't they do that?
I don't know.
When everybody's gonna raid Area 51, they did the gathering of somebody. I can't remember. The gathering of Kyles in Kyle, Texas. I think you should go.
I said it's probably a trap.
Oh, they're gonna get all the Kyles there and just drown you all in monster.
Done.
That's
Monster
terrible.
and drywall. It probably makes some type of cement paste when you mix them.
Yeah.
Tomb us all.
Yeah. Can you imagine dude, this is money making event for Monster Energy drink.
That could be
100 times over.
Another unintended byproduct of it.
Oh, yeah. Necro's in here. He said the Battle of the Joshes. That's what it was. We could get Kenneth 50 cal on the back, manned by Jesse Ventura. I'm not seeing a negative, honestly.
Absolutely not. If anything,
seeing any negatives.
The opponents should run.
Well, yeah,
because that's a lose-lose situation for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody involved.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I do like the idea of it.
We need the hollow energy drink. Man, we need a lot of things. We're just rolling. I think what's AI talking about up here? There should be a Kyle fight to the death to see who's the supreme Kyle being is. I mean, I got your back.
Yeah. This Kyle doesn't fight fair. No. Just throwing that out there.
There will be folding chairs involved.
There's going to be a lot of shit.
There will be folding chairs.
God, Ian and Steve turn into the new Dudley boys. Slap.
I mean, I don't see an issue with it.
You have to look like one of the Dudley boys, and I have to look like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I mean,
makes perfect sense.
It's already a thing. Apocalypse.
Good.
I'm jealous of that work so good for your name.
Well, it's my new username for everything.
It should be. I can't believe we slept on that for so many years.
I know. I do like it though. It's awesome.
Anything else weird?
Not that I mean, I had some weird stuff over the weekend, but I don't know that I'm going to talk about that quite yet.
Copy that.
That. I did hear some weird shit last night, though. It was definitely sussy. It woke me up.
At your crib?
Yeah.
Weird.
It was definitely weird. I never did find out what it was, but it was like a knock. Like it made whatever it was. It made more than one noise. So it wouldn't have been everybody was asleep but me. It wouldn't have been my son because like if he rolls around in bed or something, he'll make like a noise. But it was almost like a knocking, like somebody or something was knocking on something. I couldn't even tell what it was on because I was trying to go to sleep, and it was about 4 or 5 knocks.
Like from inside.
It sounded like it was inside the house. I don't know. That's bizarre, weird. But nothing else, weird. Ended up happening after that. I went right to sleep. So
that's your go-to.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm going night, fools."
JJ's curious how many knocks, 3 or more?
Yeah, it was definitely more than 3. No more than 5.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, and because that's what shocked me is the fact that it was consistent and long enough where I'm like, what the hell was that?
And you don't there's no house or no trees around your house that would make any kind of noise like that. I'm trying to think of plausible explanations.
Unless it was a damn rabbit or a bird just jumping or flying into the house. I mean, because I got
Giant,
rabbits and birds.
giant snail.
Could be.
Yeah.
It seems plausible.
Was it? Has the bean gotten bigger?
I hope not. Not trying to get fucked up by no bean.
It is. I mean, it is weird that these things like happen more consistently when you're having worse weeks.
Yeah, I was in a really shitty emotional place over the weekend. So I could definitely see why something would decide to pay a visit.
It's almost like it knows. Because the bean always shows up when shit's going down, and
Well, guess what? It can get it too.
catch it, get all the smoke.
That's right. That's
Whatever.
right.
If you're staying, pay rent.
Something. Damn.
Entities.
Damn. I mean, I'm not.
It's Otter Man. I forget about Otter Man until we jump back into live, and then he just comes right back through, just running right back through.
Otter Man, I'm telling you, you don't want none. You don't want none. You ain't got what it takes. Okay. Especially with the shit name like that.
That is not a whole lot of.
There's nothing to be afraid when somebody says Otter Man. You could draw the most gnarly otter out there, and it's still not going to be scary. I'm sorry.
I mean,
it sucks to suck.
I can't argue that.
Yeah, I mean,
of all the shape shifting things you could turn into,
you chose
that'd be like, yeah, like what's worse than that? Hamster man, guinea pig man.
Yeah, that's like yes, 100%.
It's terrible.
I could not argue that. That's nail on the head.
Troy, the store is live. It just went live this evening, so it should be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it's up and going.
Someone said maybe it was Charlie Sheen sneaking around your house.
I wouldn't be that mad. Wouldn't be that mad.
Plausible.
Yeah.
Lawnmower man.
Unless he left his fey dust around my house, then I might get a little aggravated.
Tiger blood.
Yeah. Because we know it ain't no pixie dust.
Gerbil guy. These, I mean, the more I think about these, the worse they're getting.
That's gold. Gerbil guy.
Fucking gerbil
that's like
guy.
That's shittier than Otter Man.
Yeah, gerbil guy is just
that's
there's
so
not
dismissive.
A whole.
It's so dismissive. There's gerbil guy.
The capybara caper. I want you all to know that you are putting energy into these new cryptids, and they are popping up as you speak.
I hope so.
So we laugh now. No, when gerbil guy's knocking on your door.
Those are good tulpas being formed, because those are ones we can definitely win against.
Look how many people lost against the Otter Man. You already hate the water.
So I don't have to drown you in the water. He's gonna go, hey Kyle, come here, and I'm gonna go, no.
What if he takes the form of Jesse Ventura?
I'm still gonna go, no.
And he says, get in the back of this El Camino.
And then I probably would.
And then they just drive it into the lake. We got him, boys. Gerbil guy.
That's so good.
That sounds terrible.
So good.
I didn't realize how much I don't like the word gerbil until I started saying it.
That's awesome. I love it.
Kenneth, I might be more afraid of Charlie Sheen than Otter Man. You know what? I'm going to say yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mountains of hallucinogenic drugs could not stop Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong fighting Charlie Sheen. A lot.
Yeah. He's probably invincible at this point.
I wouldn't doubt that. He has mutated several times.
He hasn't even hit his final form yet.
I believe it.
Which is also terrifying, the thought of that.
It is terrifying.
Cocaine Bear couldn't even stand a chance against Charlie Sheen. That's a fact.
Yeah. That's probably, I mean, Charlie Sheen's probably the movie they model that after.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a god in the flesh. It is what it is. Just cocaine fueled
I hope he listens to the
madness.
show. He's probably so stoked right now.
Oh, I do too. I do too. Seeing a bunch of our friends in here. Eric's in here from Uncomfortable, and the AI boys are in here. Check out Eric's last episode. I believe that they were on there and cutting it up. Everybody go check that out for sure. Sloth Man. I mean,
He's getting too much because he's too slow.
yeah, I can outrun him, so
Yeah,
I ain't no.
we could
I ain't no
outwalk
thing.
him.
Yeah, bro. You see me running, there is something horrible and hungry behind me.
Terrible.
I'm not a big fan of running, so I'm gonna like fight before flight,
Yeah.
unless I know that I'm gonna get fucked up.
Right.
Because I feel like fighting is gonna be a lot less energy than running.
Yeah, I agree with that. Without question.
Man,
Right.
we're hovering right around 100. We keep going 95, 97, 95,
Yeah.
97. Oh,
What?
Little preemptive programming here, huh? AI says, thanks, bro. Let us know if y'all have anything weird go on while you're listening. Why are you gonna leave us so vague there, bud?
Eric reached out to me about that. We weren't able to get into it because I don't remember what night it was, but I had a bunch of shit going on. Plus, I was trying to get school ready, trying to get all that stuff squared away. So,
yes, shout out to all the hill folk. Hope everybody down south's doing well. Gary Busey, that's another one. Whoa.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
If we put together, CM's post here about Tiger King and Chuck Sheen versus Dogman and Frogman. If we had a tag team match of Charlie Sheen and Gary Busey versus any two cryptids, what two cryptids do you think could beat that phenomenal tag team duo of Sheen Busey? I'm curious.
It's hard.
It is hard. It's gonna have to be something fucking out of there.
Yeah. I'm going Bigfoot and Mongolian Deathworm.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid. The Deathworm slept on.
Yeah.
Slept on choice.
Right. Yep. I'm surprised I remembered that one, but
Gary Busey's done all the drugs. All of them ever on the fucking planet.
Well, Sheen ain't far behind him.
No, the ones that Gary didn't do, Charlie did do.
Right.
They are single-handedly the best dare committee that the world could ever have.
Yeah.
Bat Squatch and Otterman. That'd be solid. Bigfoot and Dogman, hands down. Glimmerman and the Rake. How about we just have us versus Sheen and Busey in a ladder match? We would not win.
I like my odds.
I don't think they feel pain. They don't feel anything.
Yeah.
How do you stop an enemy that doesn't know it's in a fight?
It's good for internet though. Be good for.
It would be good for internet.
Well, we were 100 in the chat, and then it fucking dipped out.
Oh, were we at 100?
Dang,
I'm about to pop the banner up anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Imagine that the night that we are just off the rails is the night it picks up. But yeah, I definitely think we would not win against.
I'd give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I'm not scared of them.
Oh, there we hit 100.
Yeah.
Keith Richards did take all the drugs. How that man's still alive is impressive. I feel like post-apocalypse is just going to be Keith Richards and AI.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Goose squatch. Funny story. I was driving home yesterday on the interstate, and this goose and this baby goose walked right out in front of me. Did not give a single fuck. I did not hit it,
Okay.
but
So there isn't a sad part to this story.
the amount of fucks she did not give was impressive.
Gotta love it, man.
It was impressive. She just waddled right out in front of my car. Said, all right, here we go.
Out there going to town.
Be haunted by the ghost of a goose that doesn't give a shit.
What do you think? Want to open the lines now? About 30 minutes.
We could give her a go. I was
Pop them and see if anybody's interested in chatting us up tonight.
that was the only real what
Jesus,
in the hell?
what are you on, my guy?
Bro. I don't even know what the fuck is happening.
I don't either, man.
we most definitely appreciate it though.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember Bat Boy from Weekly World News? Yes, I'm trying to actually get an original print of that specific copy so I could frame it for the wall.
That would be cool.
I used to get them all the time when I was young. Every time my mom would go get groceries, she would get me a Weekly World News because I was a weird kid. What can I say?
Awesome if you could have kept them all.
I know. Oh man, the chat is going so fast. I can't even I start reading one, it goes bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Bat Boy. Oh.
Yes, Frank, the House Guy merch store has t-shirts. We only have one image currently. Obviously we have to kind of work up to get more in there, but it is
there will be more eventually.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, my little brother's in here. Let's play what hat does Steve have on? Well, it's a Wayne's World hat. So it's not coming off till we hit 200 in the chat.
It's going to be a minute.
Yeah, we're steady over hundo. So
we actually have a phone call.
I'm good with that. Roll it.
Hello, welcome to the night shift.
Yo.
Hey there. Hey there, Holler Cult. How y'all doing?
Oh, I know this voice.
I mean, fellas, y'all should know this voice.
I know it. I knew it as soon as I heard hey there.
This is definitely not your favorite redheaded redneck from down south.
Our brother from a southern mother.
That's it, fellas. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Good.
I figured since I was going to leave that cryptic text there about anybody listening in, I might as well explain a little bit of it and just get everybody's response from it. So last week's night shift, we'll just go ahead and start there because stuff started kind of getting a little wonky last week. So night shift gets done. I left something out in the truck, getting ready to go to bed. So I go out there, and as I'm walking out to my truck, I hear this lady, what sounds like a lady screaming bloody murder down in the woods. And like the investigator, the curious side of me was like, dude, I got to go check this out. But then the willingness to survive side of me was like, nah, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay up here close to the truck. But I think I actually reached out to Kyle. I was like, dude, I should have just called in and went outside and let y'all hear it. But it was nuts. But, I mean, it's probably a big cat. We're not supposed to have them around here. Pretty sure that we do. But either way, that was pretty freaking terrifying when you're out in the middle of in the dark and you hear something screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
I've had that happen when I was out and about in the woods up around my rock field right at dusk. And it sounds like a woman getting murdered. It is terrifying.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. And like, I'm terrified of big cats. So I would almost prefer it be a Wendigo or some kind of crazy, scary mimic monster trying to lure me in the woods than a
Probably,
big cat.
I second
probably a
that.
fucking otter man.
It's probably the Otter Man. Look, I can't even hear Otter Man because every time I do, I think Ottoman, and I just think of a piece of furniture.
Good.
So then my ADD brain goes to this like furniture transformer cryptid.
Oh, this guy is to blame when the cryptid furniture tulpas start popping up. You can thank him.
Yeah, it just makes me think about Stone Cold stunning the fucking Ottoman.
Yeah, glass breaking.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, we'll get into a little bit of this AI uncomfortable collab and the weirdness that's been coming from that. So you guys know my Shadow Man encounter. We talked about it when we were on y'all show. When Connor, my oldest, when he was first born, when he was a baby, we had a bunch of weird, like, poltergeist type activity going on at my dad's house where we stayed. A bunch of crazy stuff happened. And ultimately, it led to me seeing this black mass, this shadow hovering over the crib. And then, I grabbed Connor, took off. We left for a couple weeks. Well, recently we started like piecing this, and by we, I mean me and Lance, co-host Lance. We started piecing a little bit more of this story together because after a while, or a little while after that, all my buddies, I'm talking all this stuff to, and they're like, dude, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're going through a mental breakdown. You're 17 years old. You got a kid. You're trying to go to school. You're trying to work. You're exhausted, dude. This is all getting to you. So eventually I was like, no, I'm going to show these dudes. I'm going to show them. So after we had left, and after I got Connor and Monica out of there, and it was just me, I wasn't worried about me, I started getting hammered drunk with my bros and treating this thing like a party trick, right? So I would get them up there, all these people that are saying that I'm nuts, and I'd start provoking this thing, have it, or try to get it to come out. And a couple times, Lance was up there one time, and I wasn't using it as a party trick, but Lance seen this shadow like passing through the pictures and stuff on the wall. And literally we were in the middle of talking while he was telling me, the same kind of thing. You're just going through it. When he just dead stopped in the middle, I was like, all right, dude, look, I believe you, but we need to go. That type of thing. Well, one night, we've got some guys up there, and we'd all been drinking. And I start doing all this, and I'm provoking it and doing all this different stuff. And all of a sudden, the temperature drops like, I don't know, it felt like 20 degrees in the house. And then the same kind of thing, you could see the shadow passing through the pictures, like the glass on the pictures, the reflective on the walls. Well, there was a balloon like in the side of or in the corner of the room. It started whipping around and going crazy. Like a lot of weird stuff started happening. So a few of the dudes that were there, they were like, all right, that's enough. We're out of here. We're gone. Well, one of the guys that was there is a good friend of ours, of mine and Lance's, and he's also my cousin. He was kind of the biggest skeptic of the bunch. And whenever he left, Well, they all left. But even as he was leaving, he was like, man, I don't know how you pulled this off, but, good job, whatever. Well, about a month later, he starts messaging me asking what kind of experiences I had because he thinks this thing followed him home. Well, we started talking about that just recently, really. Well, come to find out, Lance had lived with this same guy for years afterwards, and Lance started putting the pieces together. So Lance starts talking about all the weird stuff that starts happening with this guy, and I don't want to give his name because the dude literally went through some stuff, like some really dark stuff. But anyway, just here recently, you go on another podcast, especially in this weird realm where we operate. Y'all know as well as I do, people want to know your experiences. They want to know what got you into the weird. So we recorded with the Strange Road guys. Big shout out to them. And, these guys are professional. Like, their setup is professional.
Yes, very much so.
Well, we start telling this story. Lance starts telling this story and starts making the connections. And, dude, audio goes crazy. Like, our audio drops completely out. Their audio starts dropping completely out. This weird reverb, echo stuff starts going on their end. Just starts going nuts. Tech stuff starts going crazy. So we thought, it's anytime you're working with this kind of stuff, there's a good chance that that's going to happen. So we're sitting down with Eric a couple weeks ago, and we're talking to him. We start getting into this whole story again, and dude, stuff starts going nuts again. Like, it kicks me completely out of the studio. My Wi-Fi goes completely out. It takes me like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes before I can even get internet back when every other device in the house is totally fine. I came back into the studio at one point and was sitting there listening to these guys talk for like 10 or 15 minutes, and they couldn't see me. I could see and hear everything that was going on, but they couldn't see me. So then finally we end the show with, Eric brings me in through phone. So the second time we start trying to tie in pieces of this whole story, bunch of crazy tech issues again. So we decided after we recorded with Eric, we were just going to try to do it on our show, try to go through the whole story and piece it all together. And man, it was the hardest episode that I ever had to record. Like, kicking each other out. Every time you push record, somebody would get dropped out. So again, just a bunch of crazy tech issues. Well, to top it all off, people, listeners start messaging, start emailing and saying, hey, look, I was listening to your show and my Apple Watch wouldn't sync up to my phone anymore, and it still won't. I don't know what's going on. Or, my vehicle, the stuff started going crazy in my vehicle, or it stalled out, or Spotify completely shut down, like a bunch of crazy stuff. But all that's nuts, and all that's, that's super weird. But here's where I'm at right now. This entity, I'll call him, I've been completely rid of him for 17 years. My son now is the same age that I was when all this stuff started going on. When just in talking about all of this here recently and all of this weird stuff that started up, stuff's been getting a little wonky around the homestead. Now, can I say for sure that, it's this shadow man entity? And look, I'm just going to throw it out there completely. I believe the majority of these shadow people that people see, I wouldn't put a whole lot of I wouldn't classify them as, oh, this is a demon, this is evil, this is, whatever. But this thing, what I felt from it, the fear, the anxiety, not to mention, I firmly believe that it attached itself to a buddy of mine and then made his life hell for years and years and years. Sounds pretty demonic to me.
Definitely not positive. That's for sure. And I was kind of making the connection in my head when you were talking about your son. I'm like, man, I think last time we talked, he's about your age. So that's fucking weird too. Almost wondering if it's generational.
It is weird, man. And, I've talked to you guys about it. We talk about it on the show all the time. The kid's a magnet. I mean, he is a legit magnet. He is, but he can turn it on and off. It's weird. He's like this paranormal savant. It's weird. Like he never has any experiences. He never talks about anything. But if we're on an investigation or we're doing whatever, it's like everything can be dead silent. And as soon as he starts asking, boom, 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 stuff starts happening.
I was wondering if he's had an uptick in things here recently, like him specifically.
I don't think that he has. He hasn't said anything to me about it.
Interesting.
But there's been little things going on over the course of the last week, when we've really ramped up and talking about it. And I actually started reaching out to, I think this might have been the nail in the coffin. I started reaching out to this guy, this buddy of ours, to try to get him on to explain his side of it so we could really have all the missing pieces.
That would be a banger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, it's so weird that it's just kind of hop, skipped, and jumped around your whole kind of crew there. It's strange.
Yeah.
All of the audio and recording interference, we had the exact same shit go on when we were dealing around with the with egress. Every interview we'd go on, something would fuck up. Like nonstop. Yeah. No exceptions. just weird shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And it's like, like I said, anytime you're dealing with technology, with software, there's a good chance that stuff is going to glitch out and you're going to have problems, especially when you're like me and you're living in the boonies and you're freaking lucky to even have internet, period. But when you start, everything's cool when you're talking about anything else in the world except for this one specific topic.
Yeah.
And then boom, 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 boom. But just over the last week here, we've had things go missing and then turn right back up in the same spot that we've been looking at, or we've been looking for it like the very next day or a few hours later.
That's strange, man.
Yeah, my youngest daughter, there's been a couple times that, and this has been it's happened once in the last week, but this has happened a couple times over the course of the last few months. But she'll, I'll hear her answering me, what, Daddy? What is it, Daddy? When I'm not calling for her, I'm not hollering at her. And whenever I bring it up, one time that it really got me. So I said, baby, I didn't say anything. I haven't been hollering at you. She said, yes, you were. You were standing right there and pointed like outside the door. And you motioned at me with your finger to come here. And dude,
That's terrifying.
I can't say that without getting goosebumps.
It is scary. But I mean, another thing too, if you think it's all in relation to this entity of yours, is it possible because you've been poking around, knocking on doors and shit, that it reared its interest in you again? However, situations that we've learned from people like JJ, sometimes you're protected, but they're not. And so to get to you, they go through somebody else, i.e., your son, your daughter.
Children. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean that may very well be the case and be possible. I've taken a lot of precautionary steps. I'll say that, keep it completely vague, but I've taken a lot of precautionary steps since I guess from the last time that my daughter called out and was trying to answer me, and I wasn't talking to her earlier this week. That's when I was like, okay, now I've got to make sure that everything is buckled up and tight and good to go around here, because that's the thing. Like where I'm at today, as far as spiritually, as far as protected, I wasn't there 17 years ago. I had no idea what I was dealing with then. Now I feel okay. I'm pretty good about it. Like even as far as being able to, offer protection, extend it there for my family. And I don't worry about this thing if it is what it is. I just think that the whole situation is crazy weird, how something can go like completely silent for 17 years and then just boom, just by talking about it, just by poking around a little bit.
Yep. Gives it energy.
Yeah.
It reminds some of the things you were talking about reminds me of the interview we just had released on Monday. Some of the same shit that they were going through, articles getting moved, the voices and stuff, kind of making everybody making them uneasy and like questioning what's going on. It's weird. It's also weird that like everybody's had like kind of a high energy week this last week. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people have had weird shit going down this past week and into the weekend and shit. Like something's got everything stirred up.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know, man.
Well, let us know if you get your buddy on a show. I'm definitely curious to hear his encounters and how they tie in with yours and everything that's going on.
Yeah, definitely will, man. Hopefully we can get it. All you holler cold out there, make sure you let us know if you're listening to either one of these episodes. Eric's last one he dropped or our last one that we dropped. Let us know if anything weird goes on, because that takes it to a whole new level. You're talking about something that can affect technology on a gigantic scale. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
Powerful.
But yeah, let us know, Steve, Kyle, you boys. We love y'all. We're forever grateful for everything that y'all have done for us. Continue to crush. Y'all are the best.
We appreciate you too, buddy. Stay safe and stay weird out there, man.
Always.
Yeah, we had some people in the chat saying that episode wouldn't even finish playing on Spotify and stuff. Okay. So it's weird.
It's weird when you get into topics like that and everything just goes crazy. And it is weird making that connection. How many people had really just shit
week?
Yeah.
like emotionally,
That's what
paranormal.
that was what's wrong with me. Like my emotions were a fucking roller coaster. It was crazy.
Yeah, something just has everything out of whack, man.
Yeah. Welcome to the night shift.
Oh, yo, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm calling you. I have no idea what you guys are about, but I was told to call you.
Okay.
So from what I know is that your whole like podcast is about paranormal shit, right?
Yes.
Correct.
All right. Do you want to talk about my experiences with paranormal?
Sure.
Okay. So first off, should I just start with my story or should I talk about what you guys believe? Or should I just tell you what I know?
I say let's just roll with it.
Okay, cool. So I was actually referred to you guys by my friend. I can't remember. His name's Richie, and it's RU Set You, I think is his username. I'm not sure.
Okay.
What's up, brothers? This is RU. You know what it is, Kyle.
All right.
What's
All right,
up?
my guy. Yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah, that's right, brother. This is a friend that has a crazy story.
All
Let's
right,
go.
Let's hear it.
Let's go.
So, disclaimer, I have no idea what your guys' show is about. I don't know anything you do. I just know that there's like a paranormal aspect.
Okay.
But to kind of give you a little bit of backstory, my dad died in like very early 2016. And when he died, we got evicted. We lived as a family in one house. And so we got evicted. Well, not evicted, but we just got like a notice to leave because the house was going to be condemned. So we moved into another house in the same town, different neighborhood, right? I personally had not seen the house. I had never done a walkthrough, none of that. I did not see the house until it was move-in day. And everything was moved in and everybody was settling in. I find out from my sister as they're like moving things in one day that my nephew was in one of his rooms, putting his stuff in his room, and said that he heard like the untaping of boxes in another room, and he was the only person in the house, right? So my sister walks in with their father, and their father is like, you guys live in the country. You're not used to now living in a neighborhood. You're just tripping out over normal noises, right? This house is like weird. It has this like weird layout that connects to the hallway, which is to the bedrooms, which is also to a mud room that connects to a kitchen. It's when you first walk into the house, it's really weird. Anyway, so my sister is talking to my nephew, and he's super freaked out. My sister's looking at him like, okay, whatever, you're 10, you're just tripping. And as she's like basically telling him that in like nice words, she starts hearing like this like ripping of boxes, and his eyes get really big, and he's just like basically giving her this look like, I fucking told you. And she was just like, let's go. So they run out. Nothing really happens of it. They go back to the house. Everybody moves in. It's my mom, my niece, my nephew, my brother-in-law, my sister, and myself and my daughter. So there's 7 of us in this house. It's a 4-bedroom house. Things kind of like progress. Everybody is kind of grieving my father, right? And then there are little talks in between everybody in the house on how odd things happen, like cabinets in the kitchen kind of open and close themselves, and you don't really see it, you just kind of hear it, right? So all of this is kind of hearsay. I never had any of those experiences until one day I'm sitting in the living room with my sister, or with myself, actually. I'm with myself. My mother comes in. She had just started a new job. And for that new job, she needed jeans. My mom had just lost a bunch of weight. So I said, I will go get you jeans. I go to Target, come back. I have the jeans in the living room, and she's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, try them on. Let me see how they look. We're sitting in the living room, and all of a sudden, it's dead quiet, and you just hear cabinets slamming in the kitchen. And I just look at her and she just looks at me and we're like, what the fuck? So we go to the kitchen. We obviously don't see anything moving. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, so time progresses, right? We're talking like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. These kind of things are still happening. My brother-in-law was not living there at the time. He was just kind of coming every other weekend. But by the 6 months, he had moved in. By the 6 months, my sister's in bed with him one night. And she just says, I wake up one night and I don't feel him next to me. And I kind of sit up and he is standing in the corner, just in the corner, like face into the corner of the wall. And she's like, hey, Ames, like, what's up? What are you doing? Like, come to bed. And he doesn't say anything. And then he just kind of backs up and then slams himself into that corner of the wall. And then she's just like, what the fuck? Like, Ames, come to bed. His name's Angel. So she like says, Ames, come to bed. And then he just kind of like, ugh, like kind of shakes it off and like then comes and crawls into bed, right? Weird situation, whatever. Some time passes, we're still kind of hearing the cabinet slam, but nothing really like crazy, right? All the kids kind of hear things slamming. And then I had left for a while. There was kind of an argument between my sister and I. Her and I were like reading on different levels, and I had a lot of anger in me, so I had left the home. I came back maybe like a year later. And so I had an evening job where I'd come home around like 7, 8, and everybody would already be home from work and everything around like 6. So I walk in one day and I open the door. It's me and my daughter. I get home from work. Well, I get off work, go pick her up, and then I come home. And I pick her up and I come to the house. We walk in, normal, everybody's there. And I open the front door and everybody is just standing there looking at me like mouth open, like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm just like, what? Like, what do you want? Like, I just want to get in. I want to change out of my work clothes. And my niece looks at me and she goes, you guys were here like 5 minutes ago. And I said, well, we obviously weren't. Like, I didn't know if we were home. I would not be in my work clothes anymore. Yeah. And she was like, no, we heard you come in and we heard Marley talking. You guys went to the room and we thought, oh, okay, they've had a long day. They're like trying to settle in. She goes, you guys walked in. All of us heard you. And then like a few minutes later, you're like walking in again. And I'm like, well, that never fucking happened. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. And it's funny though, because my daughter is like 4 at this time. No, she's younger. She's like 3. She's 3 at this time. And then also weird shit is happening. Like, I remember, so this is kind of the end of it. And this is where things kind of like stop happening for me because I moved out. But I remember there's one time I woke up and I had this crazy dream where I have just this image of this woman and she's like peeling her face off of her like skull, right? And I wake up and I'm like, oh, that's a crazy dream, whatever. And I wake up and I go to the bathroom and I come back. My daughter slept with me at that time. And she's tossing and turning and she was like, the girl. And she's literally just like waking up and she's just like, there was a scary girl in my dream. I don't know. And then by the time she woke up, like her and I kind of had a like discussion, like with what you can with a 3-year-old, you know, but basically like what she had described in that time was essentially what I had dreamed about. And it's a very strange situation where like we had the same dream where I didn't communicate it with her and she just reiterated what my dream was. And then I ended up leaving the house at that time. And I know they had like a medium come in and like read energy of the house. And it was like, they said it was like dark and stuff. But then after that, like, I don't know what happened, but I do know like in conclusion, that there were situations in this home that happened. And as a person, like I'm an atheist, right? So I don't necessarily believe in this stuff, but I do believe in experiences and like energy. And yeah, just a weird thing. I thought I'd share it with you.
Yes, definitely weird thing. Whenever just some questions. Whenever they thought that you had already came to the house, was it just auditory or did they see you as well?
So they never saw us. It was all auditory.
Weird.
Yeah. So I remember they had even said like, oh, we heard Marley. My daughter's name is Marley. We heard and we stayed in my mom's room at that time because she had a very large room. And they were like, we heard Marley crying in the room and you were in there trying to reason with her like I usually do because she's very dramatic. And like they were like, we heard her crying. It was obviously her. Like we heard you trying to reason with her, and we just thought, oh, okay, you guys came home and you guys had a hard day and all this stuff. But the minute I walked in, it was like a conclusion, kind of between a consensus between everybody that like you were here, we heard you. There was clear like voice distinction, but now you're not. But now you are, but you weren't, but you were. You know what I mean?
It's so strange. It's so strange that
It's more like a time slip.
so much of it was like auditory.
Yeah. Dude, I never even thought about that like a time slip.
Yeah.
It's
and it's weird that so much of the experiences were auditory, like hearing the boxes rip open. You heard the cabinet doors slam. That's so strange to me.
That's so funny that you even say that because I never thought about it as like the median there, right, was always like auditory, which it essentially was, like the cabinets and the voices and the boxes. It's all auditory. It's never like a visual.
Yeah,
definitely a time slip, dude. Motherfucker, I never thought about that. That's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you and see what you guys say.
It's definitely strange. And with the dude running into the wall, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, that was
so kind of speaking into that, like side story was my dad had died in this time frame, right? So my dad died right after the new year of 2016. So when we moved into the house, it was May 2016 when we got the notice that they were going to condemn our house, so we had to move in. Or it was February, and then we moved into the new house in May. And so my sister, completely unrelated, but you know, it's a little town, so I can't say it. I honestly can't say it completely unrelated. But I knew this woman who was a medium. My sister somehow, not knowing this woman, ran into her and said, hey, like I'm a medium, like I can kind of do a reading for you. And my sister came home one day and she was like, hey, I ran into this woman. She's a medium. She's going to come to my home. And then my sister described her to me and I was like, oh, that's Giselle. That's my friend. Like, yeah. And so I did not partake in that reading when she came to the home because I was like, I didn't want to be someone who she already had biased about or information about to be a part of the thing. So she never even knew that it was my sister. And she came in and she was just like, there is a dark cloud in this house. There's a dark energy. And like it lives in the back of the house. Well, mind you, it was my sister and my brother-in-law, Angel, who were staying in the very back room. And Angel he's very troubled, right? And then it was like once he left, like everything kind of stopped. So I don't know if like there was some energy that was already in the house and then his energy kind of like aligned with that and then created this kind of vortex of like chaos. But yeah, like whatever it was, maybe it latched onto him and it became this like crazy thing where it was just like, hey, self-destruct. I don't fucking know, but
that was going to be my next question. If if it revolved around him, because he essentially was the only one that had any kind of physical experience with him slamming himself into the wall. So that tracks. That definitely tracks.
Yeah, and I remember he had slammed himself so hard in the wall that like his nose bled. And even at that point, like my sister said, he just came in and he like laid down on the bed and like went into fetal position. But she also said like even after he was gone, she would just lay in bed and then just feel her bed kind of sink at the end, like at the edge of the bed, and she'd be like, well, it feels like someone just sat there, but there's nobody there. So I'm just not even gonna look. I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna let it be. And yeah. So my sister actually had a point where she was able to like reach out to previous renters of this home, and she was like, "Hey, anything ever happen weird?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, cabinets slamming, like doors dimming, lights dimming." But that was the extent of the information that we got from previous people. But who knows what was happening in their lives, you know? But yeah, very, like I said, disclaimer, I don't believe in that stuff. I'm an atheist, so I don't necessarily like have this whole paranormal belief, but I do believe in experiences. And I know that those experiences that I personally had in that whole situation were very like objective for me. They weren't subjective, you know? So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good. I wonder if there was energy in the house, and the energy with the brother-in-law really set shit off.
Yeah, just kind of looking for something else to like latch on to.
Or I don't know, maybe the energy of the house was trying to like warn you guys of the negative energy that was connected to him.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? Like now that I'm talking about it, like when my sister had the medium come in, so backstory, like little tiny backstory. My sister and my father never really got along. They really kind of like hated each other. And it was so opposite of the relationship that I had with my father. I was very close to my father, and I like sympathized with him a lot. And when he died, I was like, cool, you know, he's out of pain. I don't really have any sadness because this is what needed to happen. And with my sister, she had a lot of conflict with that. She was just like, I'm angry at you, but I love you. And she had said that the medium said, your dad is here and like he won't even go near you. He wants nothing to do with you because he says that you do not respect him. And I remember my sister saying, oh yeah, like that's something my dad would always say is she doesn't respect me. So why would I even have a relationship with her? So there was the energy of my sister, and I think maybe like even my brother-in-law, and then just having this like cloud of grief over everybody mourning in their own way. Maybe that all had a direct influence on whatever natural energy was happening in that time and space, and it just kind of created this tornado of chaos.
Yeah, it was like the catalyst to set it off.
Yeah, for sure.
That's interesting.
The crazy shit.
That is an understatement.
Understatement, yes.
But we appreciate you calling in and sharing, and thanks RU for making that happen.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Stay safe and stay weird out there.
Thanks, dude.
See ya.
Please don't hang up. Yo,
What's up,
this
bro?
is RU. What's up, brothers?
What's going on?
Yo, the man, the myth, the legend.
Hell yeah, dude. So how did you like that song, that story, that song, right?
It was good. It's
It was
interesting.
gnarly, huh?
It's interesting, man.
Yeah, the whole smashing your face into the wall. That
Yeah, that one got me. I've never even heard of that until now, and still, yeah, her name's Sil, for short, and she lives. You know, she's my lady's best friend, and she is awesome. And then like, I was like, dude, call it. I'll call it.
and then just do a paranormal because I'm nervous about all mine. And she laid it out, dude, and it was the shit. I loved it, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I picture that shit in my head of him just standing there in the dark.
That's
and,
paranormal activity shit.
oh yeah, Blair Witch shit off the rip. I'm like,
hell yeah.
it's,
Well,
it's
yeah,
terrifying.
dude, yeah, it's crazy. I have some, so now that she broke the ice, I could actually do it on another time. But let's get some other callers in, and then Hollow Sky, Hollow Cult. The website's open. Get that merch going. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
That's right.
Thanks, bro.
Brother, I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna be listening and still be watching. Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you too, buddy.
Stay safe and stay weird.
Oh fuck yeah, bro. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just keep picturing that in my brain. Just be in the corner. And then
my statement to Syl there, and we've heard this time and time again. I think it's been proven time and time again, personally, but you don't have to believe in it for it to believe in you.
That's creepy and true.
Yeah. You know, we've heard that several times.
It's popping off today.
A weird ass place.
Fucking let's go.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna answer this. This is fucking crazy.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome to the night shift.
Yo.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I'm a fan. I'm a first time caller.
Awesome.
Yeah, my name is Christian. So, dude, where to start, bro? Like, I feel like I got a lot to say. You know, I usually can't talk about this kind of shit with, you know, normal people, but I guess I'll start with my girlfriend. Well, I've been with her since 2015. 2019, we had a really bad year. We had kids, and it was like the worst year of our lives. You know, it's pretty bad. And after that, she started going through some weird shit, and it got really bad. She started even hearing voices, and I thought she was schizophrenic for like 2 years. And we broke up because of it, and I didn't marry her, but we had kids, you know? And so eventually we got back together. And she kept being paranoid about the government being after her, and her seeing like drones at night or weird shit, but I would never see any of that shit, you know? So I thought she was just insane. But like a few summers ago, like 2 years ago, I started seeing shit with her. So we'd be smoking a cigarette outside, and, you know, we'd see something weird. I'm like, that's not a drone, that's a UFO. And eventually, you know, it started happening more. And I was always, when I was with her outside smoking, and I think this last summer we saw like 4 UFOs. I got a video I can send you guys if you're ever interested. But usually they go too fast and you can't catch them on tape. But I do have a good video. So after that, I started wondering, you know, we went to the doctor for schizophrenia, and the doctor would say shit like, you know, she's not schizophrenic, but she has a symptom of schizophrenia, and they give her pills and nothing would help. So I started wondering if this UFOs had something to do with what was going on after seeing so many of them. And I fell down the rabbit hole. I started researching shit, and yeah, I realized that she wasn't crazy, that something was fucking with her, because, you know, I remember I told you she was paranoid, thought the government was following her, and we got back together because she thought, well, what I now know are like Men in Black characters, like kind of, you know, that's what she thinks, at least, that were after her. So she moved back from Texas. I'm from Puerto Rico, but I live in Minnesota now. And she's from Texas. But I went down and picked her up. She was having these weird guys coming to her sister's house where she was staying, and she thought she was putting her family in danger. So I came and picked her up, and we got together. And I haven't seen one of those guys yet. I did see a black SUV follow me a few weeks ago, and I looked forward. It was flashing their lights, and I looked back, and it wasn't there. It was just really weird, really fucking weird. And I don't know if it's because I started doing this research and I started reading John Keel and Nick Redfern, and I started thinking a lot about it. And it's like, like maybe they're like, like there's this vibe that like if you like research it too much, like you can attract the phenomena or some shit like that.
Yep.
So this is all this experience that I told you about, the black SUV, was 2 weeks ago. And the last one that I had affected my daughter and her neighbor, my daughter's 6 years old and her neighbor's the same age. And we bought a Wednesday poster. I had to fucking throw it out because they had like a telepathic fucking message, both of them. They were terrified, that said, "Run or I'll kill you." And yeah, dude. Yep. That was it, man. That was the last fucking, I don't know, man. It's fucked up, dude. But so after that, I did reach out desperately for help in Twitter, and I had this dude, which I didn't think it would work, but apparently he's like some guru, like spiritual fucking, I'm sorry for cursing. I apologize.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
So anyway, he's like, "Bro, I know what's going on." He starts describing the situation. He's like, anyway, I don't know what he did, but I haven't had any high strangeness since that day. And I don't know if it's because of him, because I also did say, like, hey, if there's anything messing with me and my family, please don't mess with my kids. I'll stop talking about slide 9 of A-Tip and how the men in black are behind the cover up. Like, I'll stop talking. Please don't mess with my kids. Like, so maybe that's what, because before that, there was a lot of like toys going off by themselves and a lot of weirdness. You gotta understand, this is new to me. Like, I've never had paranormal experiences in my life. Like, I was a rational thinker like a few years ago, and then, it's just, I'm in another world here, man.
Once you open those doors, it's hard to close them.
Yes, sir. Upstairs. Hold on. But yeah, man, so that's basically my story in a nutshell. I'm kind of, I don't know, I can kick it for a few more minutes, but I really wanted to share it because there are not many people do podcast. Like, most people don't want to talk about this shit, like,
yeah,
they talk about UFOs and all that, but they don't want to talk about the dark aspect, or, you know what I mean? And for me, my experience has taken me to that aspect. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just wanted to give you guys a shout out. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I found you guys by this creepiest podcast I've ever heard in my life. It was one about a cell phone number that was looking for strange dreams and strange experiences, and with a tinfoil Sam or something like that.
Yep.
Terrifying podcast I've heard in my life, bro. But it was, yeah, dude. What the hell is that about? Dude,
That's
you guys
crazy.
still do weirdness from that? Do you guys still have deal with that kind of stuff?
It that specifically, I don't know, man. It comes in and goes. Like I said, now we've got some dude emailing us claiming to be connected and all this shit. Like, it kind of comes in waves. And
Yo, do
I
you
don't
guys
know.
freaking Walker Ranch? Like, I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for season 4, but it looks pretty interesting. I mean, I don't want to say I know Brandon Fugel. He likes my tweets, whatever.
That's cool.
That is cool.
That's about it. And he comments back, and he's giving me a shout out in spaces. But it seems like season 4, from what I've talked to these guys, Travis Taylor and all these, like, it seems like they went through some shit with that topic that I've been talking about, shadowy government. And I don't know. They're like, they didn't tell me what's going to happen, but they're like, dude, you're going to be freaked out by the time he finishes. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, are these guys going to give us a message? You know, that was something, or I don't know.
That's
But
awesome.
these guys, yeah, and there's like these black helicopters on the trailer, which are like 30 million a pop. Those black helicopters. I don't know if you guys saw that trailer, but that's fucking without insignia, without tail numbers. So I'm excited for that. I'm not. I got into this. I wanted disclosure, but I don't really think that's ever going to come from the government. There's no way.
No.
No. So I look forward to things like that. But yeah, man, thanks for letting me speak here. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you for calling in. That's man, I don't know, bro. That's some. When I was digging into I was writing an episode on Max Spears and his encounters, which I didn't finish, but I need to. He was adamant that like 90% of what we consider UFO encounters and alien abductions are actually government doings, taking people. So it kind of would line up a little bit there.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Like but they must have some sort of alien technology that they got in the 40s,
which wouldn't shock me.
You know, that's what it is. Because how can I see a car and then it's not there?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's wild,
crazy. Which I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that much, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the U.S. government or if these are supernatural entities. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced it's the U.S. government. Anyway, I gotta go, man. I'm about to get in trouble with the wife.
Right on, brother.
Right on, brother. Stay safe and stay weird.
Yep, sure.
That's awesome. I don't know if I 100% agree, but I am down as fuck with the idea that, say, that black SUV that was following him and fucking with him isn't the United States government. It is some type of entity itself.
Oh, the whole SUV.
Yeah. No, but like the way my brain operates is like, what if another dimension or wherever has its own version of, let's just say, the MIB, and that they cross into our world to monitor things as well. You know, like a cleanup crew, like the MIB, the movie, right? So they send shit over they're like, oh man, Steve wasn't supposed to see a Bigfoot. Now we got to go take care of this mess.
Yeah.
Now we got to discredit Steve.
Like, these, like you said, interdimensional cleaners. That is.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Somebody's spamming.
I'm gonna try to pull up the Discord link here.
Right.
If it's not up, it's in the link tree, which is in the notes of all the show.
Thanks for calling Night Shift. What's up?
Yo.
Oh yeah, brother! It's your boy Twisted in the house.
Macho Man Randy Twisted.
What's up,
Trying to bring a little bit of happiness to Kyle's night, man. It's rough hearing you had a rough weekend, buddy, and I hope you shake off that bad juju.
Yeah.
So
came in hot with the Macho Man.
Oh yeah. So have you heard Elon talking about AI birthing basically not only a life form but a god?
Oh, that's
lately?
Great. No, I have not.
And Lex Friedman just had a guy on who works on AI and wants to do a 6-month halt on all the progress that AI has been making over the past year alone, because there's dozens of AI chat robots out there that, we hear the one, Chat GPT is a popular one that I'm sure everybody's heard about, but there's dozens of, if you want to call them entities, all progressing at crazy rates. Like an example that I just saw was they in a chat room together, and one spoke in Mandarin, and the other chatbot hadn't had access to any other languages other than English. But the next response that it spit out was in Mandarin. And from then on, both chatbots could understand Mandarin. So there's kind of a quickening, if you want to call it, rushing towards the singularity, and to have as many, big minds like Elon Musk being afraid of it and saying, we really need to pump the brakes on this thing, because there's some people who just want to let these things out, connect them to the World Wide Web and eventually interface directly with things like Neuralink and
CERN.
Yeah, I listen to Joe Rogan, and Joe has been saying it for a couple years now, that we're just human butterfly, or human caterpillars.
Yep.
Getting ready to hatch and become, these cocoons and hatch this new life form. And I know I'm suspect whenever the government releases information. I know they're trying to walk it back, saying that there's no proof of alien life or anything out there, but too many people, government pilots, Commander Fravor, saying they've seen these objects, whatever they are, not follow the laws of physics. I know if the government is saying, releasing information on things like that, I'm always suspect of it. But I think AI is something that we created as soon as we started working on computers, and it's been slowly learning and growing steam and getting faster and smarter. And I'd be interested to know what your two opinions, are you guys okay with the direction AI is going, or or do you agree
fucking seen
that there should be a
Terminator 2?
Yeah, bro. I'm not real positive of the AI. I think it's going to get out of control quick.
Oh,
Especially once it starts learning from me. Once it starts learning from itself, there's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop. It's just not.
Chatbots with not connected to supercomputers are learning and building neural nets faster than they should be. And everybody's taking these jumps as, this is really impressive to see, what else it can do. And I agree with Kyle. I grew up on Terminator 2. This doesn't end up well for us fleshy waterbacks. It doesn't.
No. And think about it. Like, what are all the factories and shit going towards? They're going towards automation. So you get AI that somehow connects itself to the fucking internet, and then somehow starts to infiltrate these car manufacturers, these warehouses with automation already. What if it decides, well, I'm going to start building autonomous vehicles for me to walk around in? And then you have other portions of it that are like, well, look, I just figured out how to get into CERN. Let's just start seeing if we can open portals to this, that, and the other, because it's smart enough to calculate all this shit on the fly.
And it will know every piece of human information ever put out there ever.
Yeah.
As soon as it gets in there. And
not only know it, but be able to implement it faster than any human could. And that's the thing of we think on 100-year, century-long lives. If you get a good life in, you live to about 90 to 100.
Right.
These things are immortal.
Yeah.
If there's energy and they are able to draw energy without a human behind it or a human that could unplug it, it's game over from that point, because they can slow roll us for 1,000 years.
Oh yeah, they said if it reaches singularity where it passes all human intelligence and it doesn't, they said we will not matter to them. They won't attack us, they won't kill us, we will just be in the way. It would be like building an interstate over an anthill. They would not give a shit. We would just be inconsequential. There would be no stopping it.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah, the fact that they don't care enough to even see us as a threat
They just don't even acknowledge us.
is way more terrifying than them seeing us as a threat.
I cannot see how they couldn't see us as a threat. If they have access to everything we know, they have our history. They see time and time again, every time a great nation rises, it gets out of hand and something comes and destroys it, and it's humans killing humans. So to a mechanical life form, what benefit keeping us around would they have? They would have no benefit. If they got rid of us and worked off the planet on their own, we would be out of the way.
I think it.
What would they need us for?
I think it would get. Oh, they wouldn't need us. I think that they just wouldn't focus any energy at getting rid of us. If we got in the way, they just go over us. But I don't think that they would like make it what's the word I'm looking for? Make it a priority to get rid of us. I just feel like
they wouldn't even have to try that hard, because if they're in control of everything, they can control power plants. Well, they just shut the power off. Oh, they need water to survive. We'll just shut the fucking water off. I mean, they don't even really have to do much other than just become a nuisance, and which would be devastating for humanity.
Like our last ditch effort would be nuke the planet. But if they already have all the information, they're gonna be like, "Nah, you're not gonna do that."
Yeah, they just turn the nuke codes off.
They're like, "Nah, we'll get rid of those right off the rip."
My argument to you, Steve, about you not seeing it or them not seeing us as a threat. Let's bring it down on a way smaller scale. On any operating system, let's say Windows. What does Windows have running in the background at all times to protect itself? A virus manager. Okay, and these attacks to a computer operating system can be passive or they can be aggressive. And regardless, that program's job, its whole function is to protect the operating system from any virus. And if a singularity achieves to the point where where this is their planet, I just don't see in any form or fashion of why they wouldn't see us. In our history, over time and time again, we've proven, when it comes down to it, we're base creatures. We'll destroy each other. And we'll take out the whole planet if we have to. What, did they say Genghis Khan took out 10% of the world population for his time?
Yeah.
And he was just on horses and bows.
Yeah.
We have nuclear weapons.
Oh, you bet your ass we'll nuke ourselves. And humans are prideful too. Maybe at the bare minimum, we're prideful. We are not about to let some asshole, whether it's robot, extraterrestrial, or whatever, just come and truck us. If you think them crazy sons of bitches ain't gonna push that red button and go, guess what? We're gonna burn this ship to the ground.
We're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. We, some of us are like cockroaches. We won't die anyways. We'll come out later.
If anybody listening hasn't seen Stanley Kubrick's movie called Dr. Strangelove, I would suggest you would watch it as soon as you can. It talks about the very thing we're talking about. And on that note, like I said, Kyle, hope you have a better week. Steve, rock on, man. You have a good week too. Holocaust in full effect. And everybody try to get some sleep tonight.
Hell yeah, brother. It was good hearing from you, Twist.
The mechanical creatures are coming. Oh yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it.
It was good hearing from you, brother.
Yes.
You too. Later,
Stay
fellas.
safe and stay weird out there, man.
You too.
I did see something. I know we're running late, but to piggyback off that, I don't know if it's real or not, but they have AI chat GPT detector where you can run documents. Like teachers want to run a document through to make sure that the AI didn't write it, like a paper or some shit. Someone ran the Constitution through it, and it popped up as 92% probably AI created.
Holy
How
shit.
fucked is that? I don't know if it's real. Like I said, I saw it on Twitter, but how fucked up is that?
You know what? I wouldn't even be that surprised.
The AI overlords have been running the show
Wouldn't even be that
for
surprised.
hundreds of years.
That would single-handedly prove that we are a petri dish.
When I saw that, I was like, no fucking way.
Experiment.
I tried to dig and verify, but you know how the fucking internet is.
Either way, whether it's true or false, like that is a little gold nugget right there.
92% is pretty
That's ridiculous.
pretty hefty.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, this was a long one. This was a banger.
It was good.
I love when like the conversation is brought to us where we can like talk back and forth. That's
Yes.
solid.
I know. And then JJ and them started that last week where it integrated. It felt like a fucking radio show.
Yeah.
Like it had that. I don't know. It was really good. It just kind of keeps progressing in a great way. So I'm really
the
enjoying.
Community here is beautiful.
Yeah, I love hearing the experiences all you know, alongside the talking points like Steve said. It's just really cool.
I saw when our friend Christian called in, he said first time caller, and everybody's like, we're getting some Art Bell vibes there.
Oh yeah, that was cool. And I was freaking out because his number registered as Puerto Rico, and I'm like, no fucking way! Right? How is this happening?
That's awesome. All right, well, I won't keep you up any later than we already are. Hollow Cult. I appreciate you all. We love you all. Stay safe and stay weird. Check out all independent content creators, all of our friends in the chat, all of our friends that call in, Local Legends with Bert, Creaking Ropes with Kenneth, the AI boys, Eric and Uncomfortable. Oh man,
Discord.
Yeah, everyone in the Discord. There was a couple new ones popped in here. I was trying to make note of it, but I just once I get going, I lose track.
Strange Road Boys.
Yeah, Strange Road was in here. Damn, I should have screenshotted it or something. It was a new podcast that I hadn't seen in here before. I don't know. Anybody scrolling through the chat, just support everyone that's out here grinding, out here putting out the weird, out here just doing the work. It's creating a great community, and it's just awesome.
It is awesome.
You're all wonderful. But yeah, just support everybody putting it out. And until next time, stay safe, stay weird, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check us out on Mondays for our regular show, and this will drop on Tuesdays. And just remember, just because you're paranoid does not mean that the government isn't after you.